Look, if you're still sending cold DMs like these, then you shouldn't be wondering why you cannot acquire clients, because this shit sucks. I'll go through cold DMs. I'll show you why it sucks. I'll show you why you shouldn't send them anymore. And then I'll give you another cold outreach alternative to cold DMs, which is 100 times better. We're going to go over the pros and cons, and I'm going to show you what that method is and why it is like 100 times better than cold DMs. Please stop sending these. I mean, these are trash. Like I don't know, I get so many of these, and like please take a look at these. Like random ass guys with random ass profile pictures, and girls I guess with random ass profile pictures, no actual following, no nothing behind. Like what is this profile picture, right? No actual following behind the profiles, no actual content behind it. The DMs pretty much the same. Always the same. What is this? Yo Amir, love what you're doing. I'm a really good appointment setter, really good. I don't know what that shit is supposed to mean. At least give me some KPIs. And I'm wondering, do you have any space on your team? Or hey, what's up Imran, are you looking for a closer? Sometimes people get creative with like some stuff. I don't know what this link is. What is this? I just made this document for you about a strategy I used. Bro, this is not even spelled right. Like this, I'm not gonna read the rest. Well, but even if you spell it right, and if you are sneaky and like slide up the story, if we're being honest, your shit still is getting ignored completely. Like you're getting no responses to these. Let's be real, because you get so many of these. Like I don't have that many followers. I have like 5,000-6,000 right now, and I still get a shit ton of these. And like, guess how many I am responding to? 0. Let's go over what the pros are for cold DMs, and let's go over what the cons are. And the cons are definitely outweighing the pros. But the pros are, it is easy to get started with, which is a con, because now everybody is doing it because it's so super easy to get started. You just literally just need an Instagram account. It doesn't even need to be optimized. Like these guys' account are, like rarely there is an optimized account. And it also doesn't really require any skill. Like everybody can do this. Need Instagram an account, you can start typing, and it obviously doesn't require any skill because these messages are dog shit. It is also relatively easy to find leads, since it's really not hard to source leads from Instagram. I mean, you just have to find accounts and then you can DM those. So it is easy to get started with. Also relatively easy to do at scale. Like you just have to leave a little bit more time between the messages. You just go, like you just pick up your phone, message a couple people, and that's it. But the cons now are that everybody is doing it because it is so easy to get started with. So you get flooded with these, which means it is hard to stand out. My inbox is flooded no matter how creative your message is. If I'm like swiping in and out and in and out and in and out, I'm not gonna reach your creative message anyway. I just have to, like, there's like my brain doesn't even turn on. I'm speaking out of the perspective of somebody who's getting a lot of outreach. My brain does not turn on. I just see, like, categorize, okay, this is outreach, get the fuck out of here. That's pretty much how it goes. So it is super hard to send out. You're just another message inside of the inbox. There's nothing unique about you. Maybe you have a blue check. Wow, that'll give you a slight advantage, but it also won't give you a huge advantage, because I get a lot of randoms who just bought a blue check. Doesn't mean I get responses. And as you probably experienced, if you've done this before, the response rates are super low. Like you get almost no responses. You get like a handful of responses here and there, and you get a lot of negative ones as well. Like people, it's kind of down here, but I'm gonna go over it. People treat you like shit in cold DMs. Like a lot of people just treat you like shit, and you have no leverage either. Like you are reaching out to them. They don't care about that. They have the leverage. They can do whatever they want. So that's kind of less up here, but going back up, you need a crazy volume because you are getting super low responses. You usually need a crazy volume, which means you need a lot of leads, which also means you're burning through leads quicker, because the ones you're reaching out to, like most of them don't even see them. Like even if they are qualified, even if they might have been interested, if they heard the offer, you're still gonna kind of burn them because you're just going through them. They're not responding. Response rate is low. So that's kind of tough. And then the next thing is to have any chances, like to have really any chances with cold outreach, you need to build a really solid optimized account with a blue check, lots of content, and followers. Like these accounts, I can bet these are getting no responses. I don't even know why they keep going. I have no idea. But they're definitely not getting any responses. Maybe a handful here and there. And probably 90% of those responses are negative anyway. And to build all this stuff up takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of time. Then you have a slight chance of actually succeeding with this. But even then, it's going to be a tough game because these other things still apply, even if you have content. This is a no-no. Like this just gets no responses. And if you have a super optimized profile, then you might get some responses which are actually positive and interested. Well, and then the other problem is oftentimes you can't really do any follow-ups, because it's like this message requested thing now on Instagram where you can only send one message and invite somebody to the conversation. means you can't really send follow-ups. And anybody who's in the space of cold outreaching knows that follow-ups are everything. Like if you can do those, it's also gonna be hard. Like now you're in my inbox, you can't really message anything else, and you also can't follow up. That's it. That was your chance right there, and you missed it because DM is shit, and you're not gonna get another one. So if your message gets buried under all the other DMs, you have no way of getting it to the top of the inbox. With a lot of people, with some it's possible. I think you can follow up with me. I don't really have it turned off, but a lot of people, they just turn it off. So I think that we can all agree that cold DMs ain't shit. And anybody who's done it, sending like 50, 60 DMs a day, still getting jack shit responses or being just treated like shit, knows that this is not it. So what is the alternative? What can you actually do to get really good clients with cold outreach? Because cold outreach actually still works. It does work, you just have to do it right. And I'll show you how now. So the much better way of doing cold outreach is with Looms, Loom emails to be exact. Where you send an email, you can have text above this. This doesn't have to be empty. I just didn't put anything in here now. But you can have text above this and text below this. But the most important thing is there is a huge fucking loom in the middle of the email. And it actually is a GIF playing when you send this out. Let me show you. So it's a GIF playing. It looks something like this, and they can just click on it. When this is sent out, they can just click on this. So you send this out, and this works so much better. I'll give you like a quick brief overview of what this actually is before I go into the pros and cons and show you why this is incredible and works really well. But essentially what we do is we send out a personalized video in the first email that we reach out with. So we don't ask for permission. We just sent the fucking video. And so what this video is, it is you explaining a strategy to your prospects, which is actually valuable for them. And they could implement the strategy without your help after watching this video. Like there's enough value in this video for them to just go ahead and take action after the video and implement whatever you told them there. So you're not really offering your service, you're just giving them the strategy and a lot of value in this video. And so what happens when you do that is that people really appreciate you. Like imagine somebody reaching out to you over email, and I don't know, think about the like last YouTube video that really gave you a shit ton of value, where you were like, wow, this is a lot of value. This will help me out a lot. Maybe it is this video, I don't know. Maybe it is like somebody showing you a cold outreach strategy that you can actually go ahead and implement after seeing the video. Imagine somebody is sending you a personalized Loom with that, and you can actually go ahead and implement it, and you're amazed. Like you're like, wow, why did I not think about this earlier? Well, we want to provide that kind of a value. And what happens when we send that is that people genuinely thank you. Like they really appreciate you for that video. And then they ask you, wait, what, like, how could you help me implement this stuff? Because now they have the strategy and know what to do, but they don't really know how in the very specifics. So they ask you for help. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much the only way that I know how you can get at least a little bit of leverage when reaching out, because now they are asking you for help. Okay, this is a brief overview of the actual system, but let's go over pros and cons. So pros are almost nobody is doing it. Like I get pretty much no looms sent, but definitely nobody is doing it well. Like I got a handful of looms in total ever. All of them were shit. So nobody is doing this well, which means that if you do it well, you will stand out even for high profile prospects. Like I close people with huge followings with this, like people with millions and millions of followers. I close those kind of people who get reached out to a ton, and I still stood out enough for them to see me. And I mean, it's mainly because if they open up their email, they will see a huge GIF of their own channel or their website with your face talking on it. So why wouldn't they click on it? Especially if the email copy going together with their Loom is also very interesting and intriguing. They will click on that video because it interrupts the pattern in a way that you couldn't do it with cold DMs. Because yeah, you can write a different message, but at the end of the day, it's still visually just a message. This is a visual trigger, like they see something different. They don't even have to read in the first place. So you will stand out, which leads to incredibly high response rates. Like when you record a whole video for somebody and they watch it, like the likelihood of them responding is super high. Like I'm talking minimum 50% responses. And the call book rates are also super high. So when somebody responds, the likelihood of them booking a call is also super high. And the reason for that is because you give them value up front. So you build some kind of trust with them, but you also show them that you really know what you're talking about. So even if it is just to get to learn more about the strategy, they will talk to you. The likelihood is very high. And the next thing is that here is really quality over quantity. Like you just need a couple emails to actually close somebody. You do not need to send that many. Like it is enough if you send 10 or 15 of these a day, which also means you don't need a whole lot of leads. And the leads that you do have will see you. You will not just burn through hundreds and hundreds of leads. Like, you don't need that many. Like I personally, I sent 693 of these emails in total, and that was already enough to add over $40,000 to monthly recurring revenue. So you really don't need that many leads because the KPIs are just super high. And the next thing is, you don't really need a website or big socials, because you're reaching out via email, and not like they can't just click on the profile or something like that. But also, you're building trust with the video. Like, you don't really, like, it is an additional cool thing if you have it, socials or website, but it's not nearly as crucial as it is with the IDDMs, because now you build trust with the video and you're already talking to them. And the next thing is that people will like genuinely thank you. Like, I mean, they will really thank you for the videos that you're sending to them. And I mean, yeah, I get responses like these right here. I showed these in another video. If you haven't seen it, check that out. But I get responses like, wow, thanks so much for following up and for the video, or thanks for sending that video over, it was very helpful. And then they want to jump on a call right away. So I get responses like these, like they genuinely thank you because it is valuable for them. But forget about my response. Let me show you one of the responses Hamza got with his emails. So he sent a Loom, booked the appointment in, and this was a response from the prospect. Good morning, Hamza. Thank you very much for taking the time to create this video. I really appreciate it. I'd be open to learning more about this as I'm a bit confused. Are you a social media manager? So they really thank you for the video, and then they want to learn more about what exactly you offer, since you don't really offer anything. Like, it's not a pitch video that Loom is just giving away strategy. So that's why they ask you, okay, so what exactly do you offer? But this is not the end of the list. So you also have way more leverage. I explained why in just a second ago, but because now you give them the strategy and their eyes were opened up, but they can't really figure out how to actually do this. So they have to ask you for it. So you have more leverage. And then the next thing is that prospects are pre-sold. Like, they're way more likely to close. And when I say pre-sold is when they have, like, when they see that strategy, they're like, wow, this is a good strategy. Like, they're already kind of pre-sold, at least on the solution. Because usually with cold outreach, you have to get them on a call and then first, figure out the problem and then sell them on the solution that you have to offer. And if they don't really buy in on the solution on the call, you're kind of done for. And here you pre-sell them in a way by showing them the solution and wowing them with that solution. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at one of the responses Alex got right here. So he sent a Loom, and this was a response from the prospects. Hey, your brother, thanks for the video and the presentation. I most definitely love this. And yeah, let's set up a call. I really would, man. I really could use this conversation over the lease, whatever. And then let me know your availability so we can figure this thing out and get it going. Like, this is his first response to the Loom. There was no other conversation. He just sent the Loom. And this dude is saying, let's get it going. And these are so much easier to close on sales calls. Or another response that Alex got was, let's go, baby, got my first response to my Loom emails. That was the first email he sent, and he got the first response to that already. Dude just responded with his number and said, you have my attention. Book the call. Like, it's so easy to book these people in once they watch the video. And then to show you how good the KPIs really can be, Mohammed right here sent 75 Looms, and he booked 21 calls from those 75 Looms. And with follow-ups, that number might go up. But that is wild. Now he has 21 calls lined up for the next 2 weeks. He will get some closes from those because they're also very qualified prospects. And this dude is crushing it right now. So yes, they are way more likely to close. You also build more trust because they see you talking for a while. They see that you're a real human being. They know how you look. They know how you talk even before they get on a call with you, which builds a lot more trust. And it's pretty easy to find leads. Like, it's super easy to find emails. There are a lot of lead lists. It's easy to scrape them. Obviously, depending on your niche, it might be a little bit more difficult, but emails are generally super easy to find. And also, everybody is in their emails. There is not a niche that comes to my mind now spontaneously that does not check their emails. Like, even I have to check my emails just because of tax stuff, invoices, paying people. Like, you just have to check your emails as a business owner. But it cannot be this perfect, right? Like, there has to be some cons to it. There are cons to it. Let's go through them. So it's not easy to do, which is not really a con. Well, because it's not easy to do, that means not a lot of people are doing it. Not a lot of people want to show their faces. Not a lot of people are confident enough to speak in front of the camera. And it's really not that easy to do. It is not. But if you just put your head down and actually do it, you will be better than 99% of other people doing outreach. And yeah, the second con is it is time consuming. Like, it does actually take some time to record a video for every single prospect, which is personalized. But then again, the KPIs are so much better. Like, if you can send 75 of those and book 21 calls, it is worth it. And also, these videos are not that long. Like, we try to make them about 3 minutes long, and we really optimize and automate the process of sending these. So it really doesn't take that much time. So these cons right here, that it is hard and kind of time consuming, meaning not everybody's ready to do it, is actually a pro, because now almost nobody else is doing this. So IG cold DMs versus Loom emails, like I think there is a clear winner right here. And if you want to have like an actual full breakdown of the system, explaining how I did this for myself and how that actually looks and what is inside of this Loom video, I made a video on that. I will probably link it in the description and you can just go check it out after this video. But if you actually take action and use this, you will be amazed at how good this works. But you have to do it right. Like if you do bad looms, this won't do anything for you. Everything has to be right. Like the email script, the Loom script, the things you say in the Loom, the way you deliver the Loom, the follow-ups, everything has to be really good. And if you have any questions on any of those steps, you can just message me on Instagram and I can help you out. The Instagram is also in the description. All right, guys, but this is it. Take care. See you in the next one.